That's better. Come on, feed me. Let's go, let's go. Are we up and running? Looks good. Okay. Sorry for the false start. Let's go. Where's my microphone? Mic on. Mic level test. 1, 2, 3. Looks good. Let's do this. Mute the Twitch stream. Here's where I left off last night. So far we're still carving these anemone patterns, but down when we get closer to the more important parts, do we have to mark these streams as family friendly, not family friendly? I don't know. So you decided coming in October, all right. Yes, let's do that. Dinner with Jed and Dave. What should we charge? $1,000? We pay them, they pay us. Gee, maybe we should do some kind of event though, you know. I don't know. This is interesting. What should we do? Yeah, Jed, the problem with doing it as a print party means there's only room for 4 people. It should be something bigger, I know. Think about this. We need some space. whatever it is we decide to do, whether it's that kind of party or something, we should also, of course, stream it. Good morning, everybody. Morning, morning. Where everybody's. It's looking like this schedule is coming together a little bit. I know. My guess at the moment is that this morning spot before the shop opens is going to perhaps be prime time for me. I'm up. I've already done my bookkeeping for the morning, processed the overnight orders, stuff like that. The shop doesn't open until 9:30 Japan time. Staff comes then. So I've got this time between 8 in the morning Japan time and the staff getting here at 9:30. So that 90-minute window looks like it might be the daily carving session, daily morning carving session. So I can't guarantee this yet, but it looks like that's the way it's going to come together. Japan time, 8 o'clock, will be the first session of the day. First of the day meaning Japan time. Then maybe with less reliability at the other end of the day, because it depends on what's come up and how tired I am and whatever else. But this will probably be a 90-minute session every day, starting at 8 o'clock in Japan. Fresh from the shower. was cut already. Oh, 8:58. I've got to go on. No, just a minute. Give me 1 minute, 2 minutes. I got to go and shut down the main computer in the other room because it's going to start making a backup at 9 o'clock, and that'll destroy my bandwidth. Just a sec. Oops, unplug my mic, Dave, before you pull all the cables. Back in 2 minutes. 1 minute. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to reschedule the day's backup system so that it happens at a time when I'm not doing this. Yeah. Yeah, this had been going on like 35 years ago, whatever, 40 years ago when I was still, I don't even know what to think about it. Would it have helped me, or would it have maybe made it less interesting? You know, one of the things that made it more interesting for me was that there was no information, there was nothing. It was a real sort of discovery thing, you know. But if all the information had just been sitting there, watch this guy do it, copy him, maybe I wouldn't have done it. I don't know. Also, just to toss out some of the plans for this, now that this is happening, this streaming thing, it's happening, it seems to be stable and easy to do. I'm going to try and convince the girls upstairs to play ball with this, and Aimi-san will say, okay, that's no problem. But the other two girls up there, Suga-san and Ishikawa-san, they're so shy, you know. So maybe what we'll do first is Aimi-san. We'll do like we do with one of the YouTube videos. I'll go up there and chat with her for a while and watch her carving. But that would have to be more of a one-off session. Doesn't matter, I guess. It's saved. We could save it and put it up on YouTube or something. I don't know. No point putting these on YouTube. It's just hour after hour after hour. You know, it would just clog up the channel. Comments. Sizing. So it's easy actually. The paper as they make it has nothing but mulberry fiber. Well, they dip it in a kind of hibiscus root substance to help it gel together, but it's just mulberry fiber. And it's extremely soft. If you imagine just, well, whatever, like a tissue paper. If you make it wet, it just starts to dissolve. There's no way we can use it as it is. So before we can start printing with it, we put what's called sizing. I don't know where the word came from. But it's a mix of stuff. We mix Nikawa glue, like a gelatin kind of glue, along with some alum into a hot liquid. We cook it up just into a hot liquid. And traditionally that's done with a brush. You take a big wide brush, then you coat the front of the paper with it, let it dry, coat the back of the paper with it. Then once that's done, when it comes time later to print, you moisten your paper, start printing, and the glue, not all that strong, but there's glue in there now, and that holds the paper together while the printing is happening. Just give me a minute to try to think and talk at the same time here. Now, traditionally, what that is, that's done by, there was two ways to do it traditionally. Each workshop, they order the paper they need from the paper maker, and when it got here, they store it, and then as each job comes up for printing, they get the paper off the stack, and one of the guys in the workshop with the know-how would size it, and away you go. Now, sometime in the early part of the 20th century, that know-how became over to a specialist craftsman, and workshops opened up to do just the sizing. And me, when I first came to Japan, when I started my own printmaking, I would order the paper from the paper maker. They would send it directly to the sizing craftsman. I phone him, tell him what's going on, what I want, how thick, how weak, whatever. He would do it and ship the paper to me. And most workshops did it that way because they had lost the know-how for doing the sizing by themselves. That's the way it worked all through the time I've been here, the last 30-odd years. And then going back about, I don't know, 10 years ago, I guess, it got to the point where there was so little work going on, the business is decaying so much, that there was only one sizing craftsman left. And he didn't have a son, didn't have an apprentice, didn't have anything going on. And most people didn't seem to care about that, but for me that was a bit of a sort of a red flag, a dangerous situation, depend on just one guy who could retire any time. And then on top of that, his work really became difficult to accept. You know, he himself had lost interest, didn't give a damn anymore, just blew it out. And the work became really bad. The paper became very, very difficult to use. So given all those things together, I decided to have a go at doing it myself. And all the other craftsmen would just laugh, you know, give me a break, what are you doing? You can't do this by yourself, it's a specialist job, you know, blah, blah, blah. But whatever, you know, the approach we take here is a bit different. So whatever. It's on my blog. I think it's on one of the blogs, the Roundtable blog or the Mokuhankan Conversations blog. I got a hot plate in my kitchen, bought some gelatin and tried it. A total disaster at first, of course. But experiment a bit more, and it became usable. So going back, it must be about 5 years ago. For the last 5 years, I've been doing the sizing for our team here. That would be just about the time Ukiyo Heroes was getting started, I think. Step forward a bit, and we see a problem coming up. One, it's another job that I'd taken for myself on top of everything else. And the printmaking jobs came thick and fast, and I got to get back to my kitchen and cook this thing up and get going, and it just became, again. So with one of the staff members here, Lee-san, and we started to think about how we could make this so that it wasn't a specialist craftsman's job. I mean, what I had done is I had learned to do it like that guy was doing it. Then you grab your brush, and the brush hits the stack, and how fast you move the brush, what angle does it move, how much liquid have you got in the brush, how hard do you press. It's really a complex little job, and I had become good at it. But again, from our business point of view, we've got the same problem. All the know-how is in one guy's head, and that one guy is just getting overworked, and nobody else knows how to do it. So Lee-san and I, looking towards the future, figured, how can we automate is the wrong word. Not how can we automate this, but how can we build some tools to help us do this so that you don't have to be such a specialist. And the point being, the glue has to be spread evenly on the surface of a sheet of paper. And it's not such a difficult thing. So I built myself first what I called Mark I sizing machine as a proof of concept to see if we could do it in a dip situation. Have a bath of the size, the paper gets dipped into it. Would this work? And it did. It was a very clumsy little machine, but it showed as a proof of concept that you could dip this stuff instead of putting it on with the brush. So Lee-san and I went ahead. I designed it and he built it. Well, he had, his ideas were in there too. And we built this thing. We took a hotel soup machine, like from a hotel smorgasbord, the thing that keeps soup warm. We used that base with its electric things. And we put some rollers into it and blah, 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 blah. And it turns out we built ourselves a pretty good little machine that not only Lee-san and I are using, but now other staff members are using to do the sizing. And when Jacques was here, that was just getting up and running, really. And we had a session with another printer from a different workshop who we were showing this to. One of the workshops that we hire to do printing for the Hero series. So the boy from that workshop was here. I was here, Lee-san was here. And Jacques took a bunch of pictures of that session and put them up on his blog, up on his website. Is somebody linked to that, or do I need to, let's see. Okay, let me try and find the link. Here it is. It's on Jacques' page. Just a sec here. Bingo. Oh, good. Somebody else has got it here. Okay. All right. Good. Thanks. So that's Jacques' page where he talks about printing, then our old sizing machine, and then here's Jacques got the pictures of the new sizing machine. Right. All kinds of conversation I'm missing. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on here. The jet. Have I ever been called a Shokunin Dave? That is a long story, and rather than try and ramble on about it here, can I take a shortcut here and just point you over to the YouTube channel? There's a story that goes into exactly that point. And the particular video is, I forget the title, Visiting a Carver Ito-san or something like that, visiting. And in that video, that's the topic. Am I a Shokunin? Quick and easy answer is yes and no. It all depends how you define it. Nice. Moving along. This is so much. I've got more done in the last couple of days now than I've done in the last year. Cool. This is really, really going to help. Actually going back, it's the Patreon, Oops, what's that in order? Starting that Patreon thing a few months ago was the best decision I've ever made, well, thanks to the help of the people. We've hired those 3 new people. 2 of them are in the shop. One's coming today in the shop. The other one's that manager in October. And already the two in the shop have made it so that I don't have to be there every day. Changing my life. Turn this thing around too much, you lose track of where you are, you know. It's really not good. Oh, here we go. What time is it? 9:25. Sokka. Here's the staff coming in. First one. Who will this be? Sounds like Suga-san. Another one. Suga-san, good morning. Just so you know, 今放送中でしょ？今生放送。嘘。そう。ストリーミングというシステムですね。この画面ですね。今なんですね。今13人が見てると聞いてる。They can see this. This is me here. Streaming. Good morning, ヒロさん。注意点ですが、10時からパーティーあります。でまだ書いてないです。だからちょっと待ってください。Excuse me this minute, you guys. パーティー。だから紙もまだ見てないし、ハケもまだ用意してない。僕本当に悪いことばっかりですが、申し訳ないです。ちょっと待ってください。はい、今日ですね。今日23、10時から1人です。だからあんまり南アフリカからの若い女性。はい。だから紙ちょっと見てくださいね。紙が硬いかどうか分からない。Alright, what's this? Comments. I'm sorry, guys. I just haven't. You know my YouTube backlist. Come on, guys. Thank you. はい。 Yes, that's right. Patrons, it's just this yesterday was really the Twitch test, Now that it seems a bit stable, I'll start posting around a bit. I'll talk about it on Patreon page. Okay, the shop's opening, so I'll do what I can here now until it gets a bit too busy. So maybe 30 more minutes, we'll see. Let's hang in. Who's next? That's probably Teiko-san. Let's see. Oh, it's Shiba-san, I think. Didn't know she was on duty today. Kyo Shiba-san desu ka? Good morning, おはようございます。見てください。この画面。今、生放送中。そう、青梅にウェブカムあったんですね、何年前。今このカメラから、この画面、海外まで、今見てる人は10、何ていうんですか？
今じゃこの光景全部見てる。
そう、10人、それからコメントもいる。それこのカメラから私の顔を見てますが、このカメラでこれですね。で、僕の声もこの前聞こえる。だから時々質問をこの中に出して、僕はやりながら答えます。
すごいですね。
で、問題は僕が見えないですね。だから掘ってる、見て、バックンフォース、バックンフォース、バックンフォース。
集中できないじゃないですか。
そう。でももうすごいでしょ。ここまで見ると考えられないでしょ。
昔は考えられないですよ。
向こうに住んでる人たちが。
どうやって今ね、やってるのかって
ここまで見えますよ。見てください。これ。だからこのような画面で、そう。ちょっと2秒3秒ぐらい
遅れがあるの。
遅れですね。
そうか、ちょうど彼が今この時間夜とかだから。
そうですね。ヨーロッパが今寝てるんですが。僕もう一回夜もう一回やりますから、その時をヨーロッパに住んでいる人たちが見えます。それから保存してますね。終わってから
またそれ流すことも。
そうです。オンデマンドですから、後の人が自分の選んだ時間で見えます。でもちょっと怖いよ。本当に丁寧しないと。
そうですよ。ちゃんと集中してやらないと。
そう。あとで渋さんもちょっと自分で掘ってる時に。僕だけじゃない。これからあゆみさんのスリー。
例えばここでこういうふうにやって、こういうスタッフがこうやってますよって。
そう。デイビッドだけじゃないですね。
今あれなんか質問来たかな。画面が動いて、違うのか。
今スクローリングですね。おはようとか What's happening？ 渋さん。ジェからでしょ。ジェ。
これジェドさん？
そう。ちょっといい？
Say
hello。ちょっとここからちょっと待って、この画面で見ると、はい。
おはようございます。ジェドさんいる？
そう、Jed's watching。ジェドはこの中の一人ですね。そう。For the other people watching who don't know who this is Shiba-san, one of the people. She originally started working with us just as a printer, but now she's also carving. And she's got stuff in the shop that she's carved by herself, printed by herself, and designed by herself. And we should get it on the website. いつか、Shiba-sanの作品のウェブサイトにアップしないとダメでしょ。
そうですね。
そう。
やりたいです。
She's what they call all rounder, all power. なんて言いますか日本語で。
この間オールスターって言って
た。All star. No, that's too much. In baseball, the guy who hits left, hits right, all rounder ですか。
言葉間違えて言う。
So we made a mistake. We're trying to describe what she does, and I used the word. She's an all-star, and she jumped on that. She'll never forget that. All-rounder.
あり
I tell you, this is going to be fun, you know. It really is going to be fun. So, but balancing the work. So, let me do a bit more work here before the shop gets too busy. So, 10時からパーティーやります。僕全然そう、OK, good, thank you. Thank you, Shiba-san.
ありがとうございます。
いろんな方から「はい、渋さん」とか書いてます。
面白い。
My God, it's going to be another hot day in Tokyo. You know, I'm sweaty, stinky already, and it's only 9 o'clock, 9:30. We have an air conditioner over in the party room, but we don't have enough. The building is really, really, really old. And how much reform and everything we can do is just still. So we don't have an air conditioner in my room back here. Ah, 向こうにありますよ。釣り台の奥の方、箱2つ。そのために置いてある。見つかった？ Good。じゃあ後で今度ドンキ行くときにもう一つ用意してください。いつか2個が欲しいんですね。
わかりました。もう一個付け足して
ますね。ドンキの4階。あのものが手に入りにくくなったんでしょ？もう LED じゃないでしょ。普通の昔のタイプでしょ。
あ、本当。そうか。あ、そうだね。
だから国によってもう買うことができない禁止になったんですよ。
そうか。
ドイツとか。
あ、もうダメなんだ。
どのゴミに入れる方？わかんない私が。
電球はお店買いに行った時に使用済みのやつを向こうが預かってくれる、交換じゃないけど。
ああ、そうかそうか、ありますね。そうかそうかそうか。
いらなかったら回収しますよ。
声優の前にその回収ボックスでしょ。
レジの人とかに渡すことができる。
そっか。今週すごい店が本当に静かった。静か。
あ、 本当。
そうそうそう。もう年間の一番スランプです。
今週はじゃあ
そう、もう暑すぎ歩いてる人は少ないし。
暑いし、変に雨も降ってくるし、昨日も雷とかすごかったんですね。
そう今このストリームの中にジェッツさんも参加してますか？彼が出したニュースは10月頃来る。
あ、日本に？
そうです。そう
来るの？
なんていうかスケッチとか日本語の先生と話すとかいろいろ。
キックスタートのレベルですか？
あれは考えなかったんですが、やっぱりジェッツさんが来る予定が決まったら、キックスタートの中にジェット・デイビッドと一緒になんかイベント
やった方が面白いと思う
かな。そうそうそうそうそう。でもお客さんが私とジェット会いたいためにお金もらいたくないでしょ。Please pay us to meet us. No way. だからキックスタートの中のわかんない他のものを買うのプラスアルファか。Please pay us to meet us. There's no way we want to do that.
なんかいい使い方があるといいですね。
客始まった？いや、まだ早いし。
まだ10時じゃないですよ。
でもスタッフ全員も入ってますよ。
あ、本当？じゃあお客さんかしら。
あ、リーさんかな？ちょっとわかんない。パーティーの客でしょ。あ、ごめん。今週店が静かった。そう、随分静かですよ。去年8月もそうでした。
夏休みが終わるから。
もうそろそろ今日宅急便で多めからものが来ると思いますよ。このボックスも入ってるし、月曜日発送しました。 All right, kind of getting up to time here. I've got to get busy with my office stuff. I've got to send today's orders out to Ome so they can do the shipping. And that's time sensitive. They're going to start at 10 o'clock in a few minutes. And if there's nothing on their desk, they're going to be bugging me. So I'm going to have to kill this now. Some of you may be asking, I haven't, of course, as always, I haven't been following this chat very well. I've got no idea what's in there. And as soon as I stop these streams, the chat thing disappears. That's it. It's gone. And even when you look at the stream again in the recorded format, the chat's not there. So I don't know if there's any way to save that information or to try and look at what I missed at least. If anybody knows anything about how to do that, is there a way to catch that information? Let me know. Let me know by email or something, because I won't see it in the chat. But yeah, here we are. Don't rush, Dave, just because it's at the deadline. This is always where you get the mistakes. Put it down. Relax. Okay. Thanks again for watching. And as I mentioned before, probably this will be a daily event at this time. I'll be publishing a schedule when I really get it figured out. There is a way to do a chat replay. Can take a highlight of the stream that keeps chat. I don't know, when I tried the replay before, there was no chat there, but it came back minute by minute as you replayed the video. So you get to watch the whole thing all over again. Let me try just copy and pasting it. Anyway, I've got to get to my other work. Thank you very much for watching again this morning, and see you next time. Thank you again. This is fun.